What if I told you that one family, just one, has been whispered about for centuries as the invisible hand steering wars, markets, and even nations? A family so wealthy, so secretive, that legends say they controlled the fate of the modern world. We're diving into the story of the Rothschilds, one of the most powerful and enigmatic families in history. Their name is wrapped in layers of wealth, influence, scandal, and conspiracy. But are the Rothschilds truly puppet masters of the world, or simply victims of their own legendary success? Stay with me as we unravel the rise, the power, and the deep secrets of the world's most mysterious family. The Rothschild story starts not in palaces or boardrooms, but in the cramped Jewish ghetto of Frankfurt, Germany in the 18th century. Meyer Amschel Rothschild was born into poverty. His family lived behind the Red Shield, Rothschild in German, above their door, which would eventually become the most feared name in finance. Meyer wasn't a soldier or a king. He was a coin dealer with a sharp mind, navigating an era where Jews were brutally restricted in business and life. But he had a vision to break the barriers. Meyer began lending money, using meticulous records and an ironclad network of trust. But the genius wasn't just in lending, it was in his strategy. Sending his 5 sons to major European capitals. One in Frankfurt, one in London, one in Paris, one in Vienna, and one in Naples. Together, they formed the first truly international banking dynasty. Their secret weapon? A lightning-fast courier network that outpaced governments and military generals. The Rothschilds could move information faster than anyone else. The Napoleonic Wars were chaos for Europe, but for the Rothschilds, they were an opportunity. While governments scrambled for funds, Nathan Meyer Rothschild in London seized the moment. He financed Britain's war effort against Napoleon, and when the Battle of Waterloo was won, Rothschild couriers delivered the news to Nathan, hours before anyone else. The legend says he capitalized on this knowledge by manipulating the London Stock Exchange, selling heavily to cause panic, then buying back at rock-bottom prices. Whether this story is fully true is still debated, but the impact was undeniable. Nathan emerged as one of the wealthiest, most powerful financiers in Britain. Their network, their speed, and their absolute secrecy made the Rothschilds indispensable to kings and nations. By the mid-1800s, the Rothschilds weren't just bankers, they were kingmakers. They financed governments, railroads, mining empires, and even the Suez Canal. European royalty relied on Rothschild money to stabilize collapsing economies. Their family motto? Concordia, Integritas, Industria, harmony, integrity, industry. But to the public, the sheer scale of their influence bred suspicion. How could a single family move so much capital across so many borders with such discretion? Some believed they were simply brilliant businessmen. Others, especially conspiracy theorists, believed they were shadow rulers of the world. And as their power grew, so did the mystery. Unlike modern billionaires who seek media attention, the Rothschilds built their empire in the shadows. They avoided publicity, kept family marriages within the clan to preserve wealth, and mastered the art of discretion. This silence fueled generations of speculation. Stories emerged of secret meetings, hidden agendas, and invisible influence over wars and peace treaties. The Rothschilds became the centerpiece of countless conspiracy theories, accused of controlling central banks, influencing global events, and even engineering conflicts for profit. But the truth? It's complicated. Much of the Rothschild power was visible: railways, governments, industry. But their privacy made people believe there was always more lurking behind the curtain. By the late 19th century, the Rothschild grip on Europe began to loosen. The rise of American banking giants like J.P. Morgan and Rockefeller shifted the financial epicenter westward. The Rothschilds, while still wealthy, no longer dictated global markets as they once did. World wars, political revolutions, and nationalizations chipped away at their wealth. Yet, the myth of the all-powerful Rothschilds only grew stronger. Today, Rothschild & Company is still a respected global financial firm, but it's a boutique operation, a far cry from the empire that once financed kings and shaped nations. But wait, if their power declined, why do modern conspiracy theories still place them at the center of secret world governments? Why does their name echo in discussions about the Illuminati and New World Order, even now? let's dig deeper into the modern myths, scandals, and the unexpected ways the Rothschild legacy still impacts us today. In the 20th and 21st centuries, the Rothschild name transformed from a symbol of extraordinary wealth and banking genius into a magnet for conspiracy theories and wild speculation. As their public influence in global finance began to wane compared to their peak in the 19th century, their reputation took on a new, more sinister life in the shadows of public imagination. From deeply rooted anti-Semitic propaganda to the echo chambers of modern internet forums, the Rothschilds have been accused of orchestrating wars, controlling global media, manipulating currencies, and engineering financial crises to expand their grip on power. Some go even further, suggesting they have founded secret societies or sit at the helm of a hidden global government. But when historians cut through the myths, the picture is far less fantastical, though no less impressive. The Rothschilds were, by every measurable standard, among the most successful financiers in history. Their influence was real, built on their ability to fund governments, build critical infrastructure, and operate faster and more globally than anyone else at the time. Their close relationships with monarchs, politicians, and industrial leaders were a product of sharp business acumen and strategic alliances, not secret plots. Still, the combination of their unprecedented success, immense wealth, and intense privacy created the perfect environment for suspicion to thrive. Over generations, fact and fiction blurred, with their achievements often twisted into dark, conspiratorial narratives, driven largely by prejudice and misinformation. In response, members of the Rothschild family in recent years have made efforts to step out from behind the curtain, publicly debunking some of the more outrageous claims and defending their name. Yet, even today, separating the truth from the legend remains one of the most challenging and fascinating aspects of the Rothschild story. So, where are they now? Today's Rothschilds live far quieter lives. They still oversee Rothschild and Company, a financial advisory powerhouse with interests in mergers, energy, and wealth management. But they're no longer the unseen hand-controlling empires. Nathaniel Rothschild, for example, focuses on mining and investment ventures. Ariane de Rothschild, head of Edmond de Rothschild Group, represents another powerful branch, focusing on asset management and philanthropy. And yet, the allure of the name persists. Their family wealth is now fragmented across branches and descendants, but the Rothschild mystique has entered pop culture, films, and novels, forever tied to the idea of the family behind the curtain. So, after centuries of whispers, scandals, and speculation, what is the real secret behind the Rothschilds? Is it the idea that they control world governments from the shadows? That they orchestrate wars and economic collapses with the stroke of a pen? That they sit atop some hidden pyramid of global power, pulling strings the rest of us can't even see? The truth, as it often is far less dramatic, but in many ways, far more impressive. The greatest secret of the Rothschilds isn't buried in secret societies or locked away in hidden vaults. It's the power of information. From their earliest days in Frankfurt's cramped Jewish ghetto to the heights of European finance, the Rothschilds understood one thing better than most. Knowledge is power. They built private courier networks faster than government messengers. They gathered intelligence from across borders in a time before telegraphs, before telephones. They knew the outcomes of battles, the movements of markets, and the shifting tides of politics long before their competitors or even governments did. And they used that information not to dominate the world, but to outmaneuver rivals, to build wealth, and to create a banking empire unlike anything seen before. Their real genius wasn't in secret plots, it was in vision, timing, and the ability to think globally when most others thought only within their borders. The Rothschilds didn't need to control every government. They simply needed to understand what those governments would do next and position themselves ahead of the curve. Today, the Rothschilds are no longer the towering financial empire they once were. Their family wealth has been divided over generations. Their companies, while still respected, are boutique operations compared to global banking giants like JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs. But the myth? That has only grown larger. The Rothschilds may not control the world, but their legacy of power, wealth, secrecy, and influence still casts a long shadow over history. And maybe that's why their story continues to fascinate us. Because in a world driven by uncertainty, we love to believe that someone, somewhere, is secretly steering the ship. But perhaps the real lesson is this: it isn't always hidden hands or shadowy cabals that shape history. Sometimes, it's simply the people who dare to see the world differently, and who act on that vision before anyone else can. If you found this deep dive into the Rothschild dynasty as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts or theories in the comments, and hit that subscribe button. We explore the untold stories of the world's most powerful families. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.